Welcome to another episode of Prostyle Podcast. And when you think about some of the top tight ends to ever play in the NFL, I had the pleasure of meeting this guy. Been around the league for a while, is one of the cornerstone of the San Francisco 49ers when they win the game. Number 6 overall pick in the 2006 draft, Super Bowl champion, 2-time Pro Bowler, and he led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in 2009. Please welcome my man, Vernon Davis. Vernon, how you doing, bro?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. You are the pride and joy of D.C., going to Dunbar High School, being a 4-star recruit at the tight end position. I think he was rated top 5 at the position in the nation. Man, just talk about playing, at Dunbar High School and how you develop as a receiving tight end.
Yeah, going to Dunbar allowed me the opportunity to be able to just know what it means to dedicate yourself and work extremely hard to get to where you want to go. And I say that because when I arrived, there was a bunch of guys who were all about hard work. And you had no choice but to work hard. And if you didn't, you probably wouldn't have made the team. So to be able to go through that experience and make it up to this point where I am now in my career means so much to me, to my family, to my friends. And it's an honor and privilege to be able to travel the road that I've traveled.
Yeah, because you not only played football, you did a little track and field too. You did a little high jump, winning the state. Was that something that you developed over the years, just working at that talent, or you were just blessed? You know what I mean?
I think working at the talent really allowed me to be able to just blossom and reach heights that I've, that I planned pretty much. And I don't know any other way for anyone to be able to have success unless they put the hard work in.
Right. And so being this top recruit, right, number 1 player in the state, You could have went to USC, you could have went to Miami, you could have went to Florida, but you went to Maryland. What impacted that decision?
I wanted to say I chose the University of Maryland because I wanted to stay close to home. My grandmother was still in Washington, D.C. She was raising the kids, my siblings, and I wanted to help out. And the only way that I could do that is if I stayed home. So I stayed close to home, play ball in my backyard, and I stayed with it. And it's been the best experience I've ever had. One of the best, at least.
So what, you going on year 15 right now?
No, year 14. But if you want to give me year 15, I'll take it.
I would give you 15 just because when we played you guys in San Francisco, that was a game that Kaepernick came in. You ran a crossing route, and you ran our linebacker that you didn't even see. I was just mind blown. Like when I saw that happen, I didn't even know what else to say. Like it was just one of those games where Kaepernick came in, play action. You guys was doing the read option. We had never seen it in the NFL. You call it like a deep corner route for a touchdown. It was just crazy. Tell me how playing in San Francisco and playing with a guy like Cap, you were able to really connect, from the beginning, because not a lot of people know that when he came in that game, like you guys just connected and you developed that bond.
Yeah, it all starts in practice. Whenever you're trying to cultivate a relationship and make sure the synergy's there amongst your teammate, especially when there's a quarterback wide receiver tandem, you have to put the work in behind closed doors, meaning on the practice field, not just on the practice field, but also in the weight room, in the classrooms, just anywhere you possibly can to make sure that you guys are really familiar with each other.
Right.
And that allows you to go out and be comfortable and play the game that you know how to play.
So what was your most memorable game as a 49er?
My most memorable game as a San Francisco 49er was when we played the New Orleans Saints in the AFC Championship, I believe. No, it wasn't the AFC Championship. What's the AFC Championship?
NFC.
Well, we played the Saints in the playoffs. That was our first time making it to the playoffs and my first time in my career. So the awareness and everything that you needed in order to win a game had to be there, right? You had to be on the same page. You had to just make sure that you were locked in pretty much in order to be able to come out victorious in that game. We did just that. And I remember that game like it was yesterday.
Yeah. So how's the body feeling, man, going into year 14? You know, a lot of people say, hey, man, I'm going to play as long as I can, as long as this body keep running. How's your body feeling right now?
My body feels really well. I feel like I have at least 5 more years left. I've been super consistent over the years, taking care of my body, my mind, and just doing those things consistently. And I tell guys all the time, young guys, make sure that you do everything that you're doing now, do it during the off season, because if you don't, it'll catch up with you. And that's how you develop longevity. That's how you have a career where when you look back, you be like, hey, I played a long time because I did the necessary things that I needed to do. And those necessary things are getting those massages and seeing a chiropractor, making sure you're stretching.
Yeah.
And it will allow you to go on and continue to go on for as long as you want.
Right. So we don't see retirement anytime soon. We ain't even thinking about retiring right now, right?
No, I'm not thinking about retirement. No, I'm taking it one day at a time, man. I'm gonna continue to play and go to practice and do things that I need to do in order to stay in this game.
Yeah, because I mean, we obviously know your brother Vontae decided to retire. A lot of people gave him some slack as to how he did retire. But ultimately, when the body tells you, hey, it's that time, you just have to listen to the body. And I think a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to football and it being a physical sport. So did you have the opportunity to talk to your brother about retirement and his decision?
Yes, I talked to him. He told me that he followed his heart and his mind. It was time for him to hang it up. And when a guy is in a place like that you only have to support it, because we never know what someone's going through. We see a lot of times we see guys do things and we wonder like, hey, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Blah, blah, blah. But the mind is a powerful tool, and we just never know what's on someone's mind and what they're going through. So we can only support each other and hope the best and just encourage people and inspire them to continue to do the right thing.
Yeah. So let's switch subject a little bit, man, because Prostyle looks at the symmetry between hip hop and sports. This podcast is all about humanizing the athlete from a hip hop perspective. You're in a car right now. What you listening to?
I'm listening to some Nipsey Hustle.
There we go. What's your favorite song on his latest album?
You know what? I like that's a good question. I like all of his songs, man. Gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, when I got introduced to Nipsey Hustle about a year ago, and he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Everything that he talks about in his music, the investing, just the inspiration that he spreads and his message is just, it's infectious, man. It's infectious. So it's really sad to know that we lost a good one.
Right. No, for sure. So before the game, is there one particular song that you have to listen to? Because me, there was one song I had to listen to. It was a song by Gucci. I had to listen to it, you know? Is there one song that you have to listen to before a game, or you just kind of go, game by game?
I go game by game. I make sure that I listen to some gospel first thing I get up in the morning, just to pay homage, and just something I've always been into. You know, everyone has their things that they're into, but gospel is my thing to listen to early in the morning.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Like, I had Torrey Smith on, and he was talking about, this one song with Molly and Kurt Franklin that he loves to listen to. So a lot of guys really do listen to gospel, and people don't really understand, like, hey, there's this huge range of, music and genres that athletes really enjoy before a game. Some guys have their go-to song. Some guys like country. Some guys like hip hop, but essentially everybody loves this, this huge genre of music that they have going on. And for me, it was just Gucci Mane. You know what I mean? It just so happened to be Gucci. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, Southern boy. And he was underground at the time. Now he's mainstream, doing a great job. But that's who I always like. So what's the symmetry that you see between hip hop and sports?
Hip hop and sports, I believe that, if I can say something, maybe the hard work and dedication it takes to put into hip hop and the hard work in sports. It also the things that a lot of this hip hop talk about. Not necessarily. I'm talking about the positive information
Right.
when they talk about putting in grinding from back in the day and putting in the work and making it to the point where they at now. So those positive messages you can take out of hip hop. And if you look at athletes, they're the same way. They had to put in the work, the time, the energy, the grind to get to where they are. So that's the symmetry when you merge the two and you look at them from a different perspective.
Yeah, that is very true, man. When you look at the symmetry between hip hop and sports, there's so many things that you can add to it, man. And so I appreciate you. Before I get you off, man, what's one place in DC? Because my family and we're going to visit DC. What's one place that we have to go to and eat?
One place you have to go to and eat would probably be either Maestro's or I'm going to say RPM Italian. Go to RPM Italian. Okay. Have you ever been there?
I've never been to RPM Italian.
Check out RPM Italian and try the meatballs with the Parmesan, garlic Parmesan bread. Oh, it'll knock your socks off, buddy.
I got to go no meatballs. All right. Vegetarian here. But
man.
So I appreciate
They might have broccoli meatballs.
There we go. Now we talking. Man. Hey, man, how can the people follow you on social media?
Vernon Davis 85 on Instagram, as well as Twitter, and that's where they'll see me. I'm really active on Instagram mostly, so follow me on Instagram.
There it is, man. My man Vernon Davis. Hey, man, much success towards your way this season, man. I appreciate you rocking our Prostyle, bro.
Oh, no problem, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.